Hello there folks and welcome to part 51 of our Neil Robertson Pro career on Snooker 19, and today is the start of a new tournament. It is the Coral World Grand Prix, the first of two Coral events in this season. Actually the first of three, Coral events. Of course we have the World Grand Prix, the Players Championship and the Tour Championship, before then having the China Open and the big one, the Betfred World Championship, to close out the season and this Pro Career Series. But in the last episode, we played the first round of the German Masters against Yan Bingtao, and we got stuffed by 3 frames to 1. So today we're going to try and get a bit of redemption. Something that Robertson probably needs as well from the World Grand Prix last year in real life in 2019. He did get knocked out at this first stage, so it would be good to go a bit further than that. But I have made a bit of a difficulty. Put my teeth in. I have made a bit of a difficulty change again. I've gone back to medium and the aiming aid back to pro. So effectively what we had before. Now some of you will question why, because in the update was supposed to go to, we were going to get hard difficulty and all that sort of stuff, and that worked fine for that match against Mark Allen. But there has been another update since that video, and that is patch 1.07. Now that patch, I think, has made the AI a hell of a lot harder, because I've heard a few stories, particularly from a good friend of mine, Captain Goodspeed, who also does brilliant snooker content. He's in season 2 now of his Ronnie O'Sullivan career mode, and if you are watching this and have never watched any of his stuff, I don't really know what you're doing here. But anyway, he said that apparently on easy difficulty, players can get breaks of 60 or 70. And you'll remember that was pretty scarce in any of our matches, even on the medium difficulty. So we're going to go back to medium today. It's a bit of experimentation, just to see how we get on. You know, if it's a problem and we win too easily, etc, etc, I will go back to hard. But I wanted to experiment like we did in the Bingtao game, just before anything gets too important and there's a lot on the line. But I have to say, Martin Gould looks a bit weird. No glasses. And, well, he's got no glasses on when he's playing at the table. Looks like he's got glasses on there. But a bit of a bizarre break. We've actually, unfortunately, left that red on as a starter for Martin Gould. It would have been a good break else if we got behind that blue. But it depends whether he goes for it or plays the safety. He does go for it, and he's got his glasses on there, which is nice to see. But he's missed that red. It's a tricky red, to be honest, that was. So we'll see what we can make of this. I mean, we can't really judge much from that one shot, but the AI did tend to make silly mistakes like that on the old medium difficulty. So we'll see how we get on. If it is visibly similar to what it was before, then we will go back to that difficulty. I don't mind doing that at all. But again, it's just testing the water to see how we get on. That red quite visibly goes, so it's okay. We'll just play the blue and then screw back. But I hope you guys are still enjoying the series. It's a long one now. We are really into the further echelons of the season, and it's been a marathon, not a sprint. Certainly this series has been going on for nearly 3 months now, so it's amazing how it's lasted so long. You all know, probably especially the old time viewers of this channel, what my history is with this series. I'm not particularly good at keeping things up, put it that way, so it's been a good achievement really to get to this point. But as I alluded to in the intro segment, I think what we are going to do, we're just going to play this season out, and that'll be the end of the series. Get something a bit fresh on the channel, whether that's another snooker series or whether that's room for another game. But you guys have been really supportive, and I appreciate that all the time, as I'm sure you guys are aware. So just a break of 7 at the moment. We've got the black to take on, and we're going to try and open the reds and get a little bit of luck here. Black's potting, that's a half decent split. Let's hope we've got something that's on. Yep, there definitely is. There's that one to the middle pocket that's there. Yeah, it is on, so that's half decent, and we can actually screw back for the black again here. So it looks like we're going to try and do this in a visit. Oh, we didn't really notice that red was going to come into effect there, so not on the black, but luckily plenty of other opportunities. But we're looking to do this in 1 frame, which is something we've struggled to we're looking to win this frame in 1 visit, something we haven't done for a bit, so we're definitely going to try and do that. Yeah, we need to get just about to, so yeah, about there would be absolutely fine for the red that we've just picked up. So, got to pot the blue, of course, first. Something I didn't know actually before researching is that this actually takes place, or did take place last year rather, in, at Cheltenham Racecourse. I realised it was at Cheltenham, but didn't realise it was at the racecourse. I'm quite into my horse racing, so to not know that is something I'm a little bit ashamed of. But, no, interesting. It was at the theatre, the Centaur, I think it is, and this is where it's being played in-game. Of course, doesn't look strikingly different to any other theatre, funnily enough. But it'd be great to win this event, or at least go quite far in it. Ooh, we But actually, no, we're okay because we're on a red, aren't we? I thought we were on a colour for some reason. But no, we're on a red, so we're okay to progress in this frame. We're playing decently at the moment. Again, definitely need to recover after 2 harrowing losses, really. That one against Mark Allen was tough to take, particularly being so close. But then that game against Yan Bingtao, I've just got no explanation for where that went wrong. It was an absolute disaster. But Yan Bingtao, it has to be said, was the much better player. And you just have to concede that sometimes, that you were up against better opposition. And on that day, we certainly were. Right, I've got a bit of a tricky shot now, but I'm going to take it on. Shouldn't really affect too much if we don't pot it. Just going to play a little bit further on to the left. That's a little bit harder than I'd have liked, but that's a lovely pot. Yeah, a little bit harder, as I said. Because we're back up the table. But to be fair, the angle's not bad for a brown. So I think after that shot, a brown wouldn't be that bad. Just try and get in position for a red. No point playing this sort of shot if we're just going to use it and then not play anything else. I've got a latte today, a vanilla latte. I don't usually have one of those. Usually have a glass of squash or a cup of tea. But it's clearly affecting our play quite nicely. And that's nicely onto the black. Probably a little bit too close to the black for my personal liking. But it's setting up for a decent break nonetheless. We haven't really been able to see what Martin Gould can do so far. Which is a little bit of a shame in terms of the experimental side of this episode. But at the same time, if we can win 3 frames with no bother, just increases confidence a bit more. And that's something we definitely need after losing those 2 matches.
48.
And that's back on the black. It's a little bit of a tricky one, this is actually. Is there anything else we can take on? That pink just seems a bit ridiculous. I reckon we can tap this green in, though. Be more confident playing that. That being said, position's a little bit of a struggle after that. So I think we will take on the black. Just be a bit daring and we can open up a few reds. But not play it too hard. Nothing ridiculous. But if we do miss this, which we might well do. Doesn't look too bad. Just need a little bit more to the left, which astonishes me really, because with those sort of shots,
Robertson.
I feel like I'm way too far to the left, but amazingly we still need more left-hand side in the shot, more left-hand angle. But alas, that's the end of break, but Martin Gould couldn't make anything out of it, pretty much because that pocket was nicely covered by the black. So even though we missed that shot, it did bring some good. Oh, we didn't really want to hit those reds. That wasn't something we wanted to do. So Martin Gould could well have a chance here to get back into this.
He'll be disappointed.
And it's not an unassailable lead that we have here. Let's see what he can make. I'm interested to see what Martin Gould can make here. Bear in mind, of course, he's not one of the top 20, so he's going to be on that sort of, on the spectrum of easy to hard, within the medium difficulty, if that makes any sense. He'll be on the medium setting. So if he can make a 50 break here, then I'm confident that medium is the right difficulty for us. Who knows, he could clear up here and steal the frame. But ultimately, I don't think he will, because he's just played that green. Actually, that's a pretty good position for that red. I wouldn't have noticed that went. He's played a good shot there, considering where he was before as well. He's just having a think. It might not go, but I'm sure it does. I don't think the other red's close enough to it to affect play at all. But he's clearly thinking about this, which is understandable.
Played at the right pace.
Oh, that's a lovely shot. And funnily enough, that cannon off the other red puts him in with a brilliant angle for the black. And now these 4 reds are just in a line. But whether he can get... I wonder whether he can get one of these to the middle. He can't, so he's just playing a safety on it, which is a pretty good one, to be fair. So I'm fairly confident at the moment that this difficulty is the one for me. Again, we can change it, you know, between now and the World Championships. I'll try my best not to make anything either too easy or too hard for us. But we're certainly getting a bit of challenge here in this first frame. It's certainly not all over yet. Still 4 reds to go. We've still got the lead, of course. But that can go pretty quickly, as we've seen in previous episodes. He might go for this red here. One I wouldn't be confident in playing, but he's just playing a safety on it. Not got the best contact there, actually. And there's a chance, possibly, to cut this in. I think it's worth it. I do. I think it's worth the chance. And there we go. Good stuff. Just a little bit softer. He'd have covered that.
He's right on top of his
but alas, he didn't.
One.
We'll reap the rewards there.
Well, he's taking it on to the left corner.
Let's hope this goes. Should be decent, but actually the angle's wrong. Oh, it's just about gone in. We got a bit lucky with that there.
Excellent shot.
Quality cueing there.
But whilst we got lucky with that, the position's a little bit weak.
He's looking to pop this into the right
It's going
corner.
to be tricky. But we have made it. It's a nice pot. And to be fair, that cannon wasn't planned, but it worked. It moved the pink and it moved the two reds. That was ideal. That means that we can probably win this first frame, I'd say now, without too much of an issue. As long as we are secure in our pots. And to be fair, that wasn't the best pot on the pink.
14.
Lacking a little bit there. I'm going to play this one to the middle, purely because I don't want to run out of position later on. I feel like this red would be harder to get position on later. Obviously, the other red being a lot closer to the black.
No real way for his opponent to win the frame now.
But that pretty much concedes the frame anyway, so it wouldn't really matter, to be honest. But that's a good pot. Probably played a little bit too hard, but again, the angle should be fine on the red.
22.
I mean, this aiming aid is, yeah, maybe a bit too easy, perhaps. And I might dabble into Pro Plus again in the future, but I just haven't got the time, to be honest, to be... Obviously, when I first played the game, I had to learn the Pro aiming aid. And that was just through practice. But I wouldn't say I've got the time or the dedication, to be quite honest, now to learn the Pro Plus aiming aid.
30.
I mean, it doesn't really matter if we miss this shot now, but it's less than a desirable hit purely because of the angle we've got it at. But we have potted it. And yes, I suppose that those shots maybe are a little bit unrealistic to make. But no, it's nice display here.
Right corner here. No problem there.
But really, we're playing as Neil Robertson. We're playing as one of the best players in the world. So who's not to say that he can't get those pots? You know, we've seen in the past evidently that we do miss those sometimes.
Top shot. Well
We definitely do. Probably through my own ignorance, etc. That we think we're going to pot it easily. But a solid gap to Martin Gould. And we will take the first blow in this 5-frame match. Which in these short matches is massive. Especially if you can get 2-0 up. It just puts the pressure on your opponents.
He's aiming to sink this
That can
into the
be,
right
yes, good pressure in some ways. They can thrive off that.
corner. That's a top shot.
But then in other ways that can put them out of the game. So it's a double-edged sword really with that sort of thing. Try and cut this in, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere near.
Shot coming up.
No harm in trying though. Nah, it's nowhere near. But oh well. Good first frame and a solid break to give us the first frame against Martin Gould.
Neil Robertson, 50. Frame conceded.
50 break there, I'll take that. Now we got Martin Gould to break. Let's have a look how he gets on. A player we haven't actually played yet in Snooker 19, so nice to see that we're playing a few different players.
Impressive snooker in that last frame.
I think I've played all of the top 8 now, haven't I? Yeah.
Opportunity to really turn the screw on his opponent.
I've only played Ronnie once.
Thank you.
And what,
Second
Mark
frame.
Williams once. Have we played Mark Williams? Yeah, we have, yeah. Well, we splits the reds there a bit, but might cover them. As he does. Yeah, he has, but he's left this one red, this one chance. And I think, to be honest, with the skills of my safety we've been pretty poor, there's a better chance of potting this. As you see, we've missed it, though.
Close, but a miss nonetheless.
But luckily, I haven't left much on. Oh, we've left that one to the middle, haven't we? That's an easy one to see. If it goes, that is. It might not go. But I think it will. It's got more than enough gap to the left. The one that's at the bottom of this little pack that started the game, as you can see, he's going to pot this. Lovely strong pot. But with the strength of my safety being not very strong, I thought we might as well go for the pot on that. On that red. Because that would have been safer than anything else, probably, that we would have played. But he's in a good position now, is Martin Gould. He's got 3 or 4 reds that are out of the pack. Oh, I'm amazed he's playing that.
9.
And that's pretty good position on the black, though. He knows what he's doing. I can't criticise. Good play, Martin Gould. Probably, obviously, been round a few years. The same as Robertson.
Played that very well.
A lot of the top players are built up to where they are now, purely through experience.
Nicely onto the black.
Not in the case of the likes of Judd Trump, although he's not necessarily a newcomer. He's been around for years as well.
Long potter, and he's taking this on.
But not as many years the likes of Ronnie, Mark and John Higgins. I think those three and others are classed. I know certainly Ronnie O'Sullivan and John Higgins are the class of 92.
To drop gently.
I mean, I'm not the most knowledgeable about snooker, I'll admit that. But I try and pick things up. I've only been a fan for sort of 18 months now.
Yeah, played it
Again,
well.
through my good friend Captain Goodspeed. And he's very knowledgeable. He'll pick out any hole in my knowledge.
Doing extremely well here.
But then I pick out holes in his F1 knowledge. So it's, you know, it works both ways. Good start though for Martin Gould from this frame. A 34 break so far. I think the way he split the reds, I think he's on to winning this in one visit, potentially. Not necessarily a fancy century, but he'll certainly get a 60-70, which will secure the frame.
42.
Needs to be careful though here. He is going to a little bit of uncharted territory, and yeah, he's opted for the safety, which is a bit of a shame. But great safety.
Great shot.
Martin Gould, 42.
Can't get to any of these, can we? I don't think. We can get to there. We can get to that one. I think we'll leave something on if we play a safety like that. I think we're just going to play it straight. We'll just play up to this red here. See what happens. Get behind it and that'll make things a little bit trickier. It's got to make it though. Oh, it hasn't. That's unbelievable.
Foul and a miss.
Well, we set it up at
Martin Gould,
7%.
4.
And unbelievably, we've not made it work. But he's played another safety. And again, it's safe. Just check these two here. I think they are touching, so there's not going to be any chance of getting a pot. No. They'll block one another, so there's going to have to be another tap on this red, effectively, but make sure we actually get there this time. Play it a little bit harder than we need to. That's definitely going to get there. And that's not too bad.
Pace is the key with this shot.
He's trying to get it safe himself. Ooh, made a bit of a mistake there. I mean, yes, it requires a long pot from us. But it's one I think at this stage we might as well take on.
To the corner.
And that's a good pot. Breaks open a few reds as well. But unfortunately it doesn't open up the black. It's a shame. Well, it does actually. No, it does. Black will go, and I think it's worth going for. There we go. Good pot. Now we've got a chance.
8.
But he played well there, Martin Gould. Decent break. Just made one mistake, and that can be crucial in a frame. Bear in mind, yes, there are plenty of reds left, but at the same token, we've still got quite a bit to come back
Not the
from.
shot he was aiming for there. He really
No, it
did
wasn't a
play that
fantastic
one
shot, was it
position.
really?
9.
Just hope there's a gap somewhere. Which there doesn't look to be, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to play off this black and hope for the best. If it's up in bulk, you've usually got a chance. That ain't bad. He might go for that red that's on view.
Well, he's got it. Great shot.
Oh, have we got a snooker? We have. Good
No.
shot then. I thought he could just see a red, but clearly couldn't, and that's really helped, I think, in the context of the whole frame, getting that.
The result he was looking for at all. Nice position on the black.
1.
Starting to look good, though, here, but Martin Gould still has a solid lead. A 29 lead at this point. With 6 reds left, you might say, okay, that's not massive, but until we get up to that lead, ultimately, it sounds like a daft thing to say, but it's all true. Martin Gould still leads. And it's going to have to be a pretty hefty break from this position
9.
to get into the lead comfortably. Play the brown and get back to where we are. There we go.
13.
Luckily the pink's out of position, that helps out a little bit here.
He's attempting to
Not
sink
massively,
this.
but just allows us to open up this pot. Oh, that's run a little bit far for the black to be comfortable. But I think we might as well still give it a shout. Still give it a go. Yeah, it's there. Good pot.
21.
So 16 more to go level with Martin in this frame. So that's 2 reds and 2 blacks. Or rather, 2 blacks and 1 red now.
22.
It's a little bit awkward from this position, but hopefully our position is pretty much tip-top and we should be okay.
29.
Well, it's not, basically. Is there a gap for that red? We didn't want to screw it that much. We were going for the red that's actually blocking this one that we're facing up to now. Will this go past the other one? Yes, there is a gap there. That's always good then. Is it going to go? We're going to get the look?
That will annoy him.
We're not, unfortunately.
Neil Robertson.
Poor shot there.
29.
And even though that seemed like a task, Martin Gould still leads. Could be his frame here.
This is not easy.
Going for the brown. Oh, he's potted that. A little bit on the aggressive side, but he's made it work. Can't argue with that.
He's left that a little bit more tricky than he would have liked.
5.
It should go down to the colours here. That's if he carries on. Bit of a loose shot. Playing the brown, sorry.
That's a
That
top
wasn't
quality
ideal.
shot with the rest. Not easy at all.
But a great positional shot, I believe. I don't know where the blacks come into play there, but I think he should be just fine. Black should be a little bit further down than the reds, so it should be a straight pot. But the fact that the opponent's thinking for a while... No, it's fine.
11.
And he's on the black. And this will quite literally just go down to the cut. Ooh! Is that a safety he's played, though, there?
11.
He'd like to think so, rather than just butchered that black
Well,
up.
it goes. Half a chance here.
Good pot. Ooh, it's not the best position, however. We're focusing on the pot, not position, really, there. Might as well play a safety here. Rather than trying to get the tight pot. Now, we might be able to get to this, I'm not sure.
Neil Robertson.
Yeah, he will easily. But he's played a safety himself. This looks interesting now. A similar position is the green. Of course, the cue ball a lot further down the table. But he's still got a gap. And he's gone for it, and he's missed. So, shot to nothing there. That's exactly what we're going to play now.
Brilliantly played. He's going for it.
No, not quite there. But we might have blocked it off this time, you know. I think we have with the brown. He might be able to get a nick. Or he just can. Same go for us. Unfortunately
That's an
not.
excellent shot.
Not without any
Challenging
side, etc. Let's try it from the left. No, we can't get to it. Well, need some cushion action then.
Be mindful of pace here. He really
And I'm
doesn't
dreadful at
overhit
these,
this.
to be honest. Missed it. And we've hit the blacks. That's 7 points conceded, not something we wanted. And actually, I think that gives him the frame.
That's
Worst
not a
ball
good
to hit
result.
that was.
It was a very
24 ahead. Yeah, he's got 25 remaining, but of course this green's a straight pot and he'll take the opportunity now. And I think
Well, I'm
fairly,
not sure we'll be too happy with that.
he's won the frame. Okay, he's going to play the safety there and,
3.
you know, we've got to
Half a
get a
chance here.
snooker, etc. get back into this, but it's going to be a tricky one, although that was a nice pot. But actually, we've got ourselves into a poor position. Where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going? It's okay. Oh, no, it's not. It's gone in off, and we're just going to concede the frame from there.
Martin
No
Gould.
point continuing.
Frame conceded. Frame.
Well, it's one each. I think we can win the game.
That is the frame.
A bit of a
Well
scrappy
played.
frame there. I think we'll allow ourselves one of those.
No advantage at the moment. A very
And we'll
tight
come from
match.
this side this time. Why not? We'll
Thank you. The third
play
frame.
something a little bit more
Neil
extravagant.
Robertson to break.
What on earth is Martin Gould doing? That is a picture for the ages. I think that's a glitch. I don't think he'd be sitting like that. It's like he's got his... what do they call it? I can't remember what they call
That's a
it.
foul on the blue.
Oh, has he hit the blue? I didn't see that.
Foul on the miss. Neil Robertson.
Well, that's
5.
astonishing. We're going to force him to retake that.
And he's put his opponents in again.
Tough shot coming up.
But actually, that was a bit silly because he's just gone for the... That was stupid.
1.
I thought he was snookered, to be quite honest. I should have looked at that. Got an opportunity now, especially now he's opened up the reds. What a plonker.
6.
Well, we just got to hope he hasn't got it. He won't take it. It's just a safety from Martin Gould.
Martin Gould 6.
Probably felt sorry for us. Is there room for that red? It's marginal, isn't it?
This is
Although
tough.
this one will go. I'm amazed he's played a safety there. Really am. Extraordinary. It's a nice pot, though. Well, we gave him a chance. He didn't take it.
1.
Now we've got one. A chance, that is.
Well, I'm not surprised he's taking on the long pot here.
That's a nice blue.
Another great long pot.
Over screwed, really, on that red,
Really
but
well
it's
played.
okay.
6.
Ooh, over screwed again. Not in terms of our planning, but in terms of the shot we've took. Can't get into the reds, though, here. We don't want to play too dangerously. We've had plenty of occasions where we've gone in off as a result of this short shot. Not the best split there. I mean, granted, 1 or 2 have split, which is better than nothing. I understand that argument, but a little bit of a shame. We can't get to that one red, so safety it has to be here. Which isn't the best. However, just got to play a sort of shot for a gritted teeth and just hope we get safe. Which I don't think that we have. And it's a bit harder and a bit more towards the green.
Very tricky shot coming up.
Yeah, we'll go for that. And he's got another opportunity. We're not playing our best game here. Certainly not knocking centuries every frame, that's for certain. Amazingly, I'm still drinking this latte. Half an hour after starting. But he's played another safety. He's not
Martin
that
Gould.
confident, you know, with Martin Gould here at all. So we're just going to try and nick this red. Do we dare try and nick that in? It's a tempter, isn't it?
Tricky pot, no doubt.
It's a nice pot. Great stuff.
That's just
But where's the cue ball? I mean, the angles.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's fine.
That could have finished a little better.
1.
Could have been a lot more disastrous, though, that could have been. Try the pink now. This plays pretty hard, I'd say, to get the screw back. Or equally, I suppose, just... Oh, yeah, we've got to play it pretty hard. Sort of angle we're playing at, we're going to struggle. Might be best just to play with a top, but that's a little bit more unpredictable. That's a problem with top, I'd say. The sort of speed that's going, it looks okay to me, though. And that's pretty much ideal.
Superb cue ball control there.
Nice
Ideal
stuff.
Position.
There we go. I said ideal. Fold says ideal. And if the former UK number 3... sorry, not former world number 3. How dare I discredit that? The former world number 3 says that, then, you know, you can't dispute him. Deary me.
Well, it goes.
Would be so much better with Virgo and the like, wouldn't it, the commentary? But we have to take it. It's a decision that the developers made.
Oh, that's an unforced error.
It's an unforced error, I agree. We
11.
don't quite think we can get there. That stinks. So we're just going to play another safety here.
Coming up.
Which doesn't look too bad, actually. It's pretty handy. Yeah, that'll do.
Neil Robertson, 11.
I don't know if it feels like it has been 3 months since this game's been out, really. Because it has been pretty much 3 months now. Ooh. Good safety again from Martin. I mean, granted, I've come a long way since those first few matches, although my safety clearly hasn't, because that's quite a poor one again. I mean, that's the problem. I think everything of my game is fine, apart from the safety play. He's having a long, hard think about this shot, though. He's snookered on the one red, I can tell that much. But there's a easy gap for that, and I don't know why he's played that. That's a little bit more medium-like. But the problem is, at the moment, that on hard, nobody's making any sort of mistake, which does seem too far the other way.
That's a good split. He's got a real chance.
That's a good split there.
1.
I think if we played our honest full game, we'd beat Martin Gould. Maybe 3 frames to 1 here.
That's a beauty.
Oh, wonderful shot.
But we have struggled
7.
for some reason. But this is where we can take command of the whole match.
8.
So no stupid shots, really. Although we might have to take a bit of a stupid shot here. Don't fancy the pink. It's that red up there, that's the problem. I'd say that blue's going to be okay, though.
Well, he's taking it on.
It's a good pot. Ooh, didn't want that hit on the yellow, but equally that's why the red is up there for, I suppose. Ooh. Gonna have to play this tight into here. Does give him a chance if we miss this, but we're gonna have to go for it. Line looks good,
Oh, so close.
but it's only the smallest of margins on that middle pocket.
Neil Robertson.
And whilst I think everything else is safe, he's gonna take. Oh no, well he's gonna play safe. He's missed that. He's missed it. Deary me, he's having a shocker here, Martin Gould, all of a sudden.
Foul.
Foul and a
Now I
miss.
don't know if we're snooker. I'm gonna force him to retake that. Because he seems to be going with that same idea. He's just tapped it this time. But while it was dubious, I thought he could just knock this in. Which I didn't quite get why he wasn't.
He looks like he's trying to get the cue ball tight on the cushion here.
Yeah, there we go, it's in.
Wow, he'll be thrilled with that.
Pretty aggressive shot, admittedly, but it's worked. No baffling why he didn't play that.
1.
Maybe he didn't realise how easy it was to cut, I don't know. Play the yellow, just because
Just
it
wants
might
to
be
sink
easy
this
to come
into
back
the
down the
left
table
corner
from
pocket.
there.
Down it goes.
That's it, more like it. Probably overdone that a bit. But if it stops there, yeah, that's okay. That'll do me.
3.
Still plenty of reds left here.
Nicely onto the colour.
Yeah, that'll do for the pink. Lovely. However, after this red, I'm just trying to think how we play this now. Because we have red, so it's going to have to be this red. Suppose we just play the red, the pink, and then hopefully we can screw back to a similar position. Because actually that position is pretty decent to take on the rest of these reds. So let's see. And if we screw back to there, that's now we shoot.
To the right middle pocket.
Yeah, that'll do.
And in it goes.
Take this one
Pretty
at a
good
time,
confidence
obviously.
And on a bit of a roll at the moment.
17.
Just tap into a few of those. Unfortunately, they're pretty much on the cushion now, which isn't
18.
great. Try and screw back to
Just
about
a
there.
spin
See
now.
what sort of angle we've got.
24.
Didn't quite play that at the pace we wanted to. But I think with the lead we've got a 57-point lead. We
chance
might
here.
as well just give it a go. Missed it. But what chance has he got, really? I mean, that one's just come off the cushion that we'd gone for.
Robertson, 24.
But he's 57 behind with 51 remaining. He's going to play this out a bit, which fair play to him, and that's a great snooker. Wow. Fair play.
That's beautifully judged.
Now, I'm just going to try and play it down the table from here. Trying to
Risk
avoid
here
these
is where does the cue ball end?
colours, obviously. But there we go, hit the red. Be great if it can, and if it acted as a plant for the other one into the pocket. But of course, you know, he's got to get another snooker here. Which he bloody has, wow.
That's
Might
what
be
he
able
was
to
going
get out of
for,
it playing a
and
bit
he's
aside. I
playing
mean, it's
well.
marginal. Look how close that is. I'd think we'd be able to play left-hand side on that red. Maybe not. Well, we can just hit it off the cushion, can't we?
He won't want
To
to
get
overhit
there.
this.
And there we go. But of course, there's no risk of playing a wrong shot here, because unless he gets a snooker or a foul out of us, we're still going to win this frame. But he's still playing on. Fair dues to him. He's not got the snooker that time. So he might as well finish this off once and for all.
Brilliant.
That's a
form,
good pot.
outstanding. They don't come much better than that.
And thank you very much, Hendon. We don't usually get that sort of comment.
He's going for the right centre pocket here.
And good pot. And we'll just play behind this red, and he should concede from there, I can imagine. To be fair, it wasn't a bad double. If we'd have played a bit more angle, it would have gone in.
Robertson,
But he has conceded the frame, I would guess now. Yeah, he had. So we're one frame away from progressing in this
Now
tournament,
the frame
but
is his.
it's only a best of 5, so it's not written in stone yet that we're going to get through in this 4th frame.
Yes, he just needs to keep building on the momentum of that last frame. Let's see how this develops.
We need to be better, though, in the last
Thank you,
16.
fourth frame. Martin Gould to break.
I might well change to hard. I don't know with the next one. I don't know if we're just lucky against Bing Tao, but he was punishing us quite a bit. But that being said, I think with the combination of pro aiming aid and hard, we can punish players as well. Pretty lucky we've had that cannoned into the black, actually. We can punish players as well. You know, we can get a century, etc. So it just increases the pressure on us. I just think that pro plus aiming aid was too much.
Well, that's not ideal.
It's not ideal. Bang on.
Position, that's for sure.
8.
It's a crap position, I'll tell you that much. Just try and play right up to this red. No, it's not worked, unfortunately, because he can play this one. Albeit a tricky one into the top pocket, but he might well go for it.
Tricky shot here.
He's going for it, isn't he?
1.
And he's potted it. Well, we gave him the opportunity, he's done so. But I don't think he'll make too much more damage. He'll take a black. But look, already he's out of position, isn't
Well,
he?
he lost control of the cue ball there.
Is he playing a double? No, I didn't think he was.
Martin Gould 8.
But a decent safety, credit to him. Hopefully that taps it so lightly. Oh, that's annoying. He's playing a safety though. Surprise. Safety game's been pretty good here, actually. You're not getting lucky with the contact. That's Yeah, that's fine. There we go. Sort of shot we'd want. Not quite touching ball yet, but we can make that happen, I suppose. No, not quite there. Another safety though. Ooh, well. That was a nasty one.
He lost control of the cue ball there. Careless.
Definitely careless. Big mistake. Could be his last shot of the match. And let's make sure, or well, let's try to make sure it is. Come on, back up, back up, back up. There we go. That'll do for the black.
1.
Open up a few reds here. Hopefully get some luck. That's a half decent split.
8.
Yeah, we can get out of there. That's fine then.
Perfect pace required for this shot.
Just a delicate one. Delicate tap into the middle.
9.
We're back on for the blue. And this should be a good break with where the reds are.
14.
Fortunately, can't quite get to that one. So it is going to have to be this one down the cushion, which isn't really too desirable. However, it's not the hardest ever, so we should be able to make this work, but now don't be surprised if we don't. Oh, that's too far, I'd say. No, we're okay.
What a wonderful pot.
But what colour do we go for?
15.
I don't think we can get through for the black. I wouldn't say. I'm going to go for the pink. Will we get through? Just. Whew, thank God for that. Oh, crap. Gotta work. Lovely. Got away with that a bit.
21.
But a bit of luck is sometimes all you need. Never mind, all you need is love. All you need is luck. That'll be my new hit single. Might be a bit of a rip-off, might get a copyright claim, but...
22.
Ah, well. Not doing this the easy way, I'll admit, but... it's a way that works.
Well, he's taking it on
Up to yet, anyway. There we go.
That's an excellent pot.
And we're on for the black in the first time in a while. And amazingly, we've only had a break of 28 here. It's quite unbelievable. And there we go, back up for that red. Got two options here, really.
35.
I think we'll go with a straighter one. Allow us to get onto the black again. Not as straight as I'd like, but given the circumstances, it's okay. Go on, go on. There we go. Nicely done.
That's ended up more awkward than he would have wanted.
43.
What's he moaning about now, our folds? He's always moaning about something. Well, I think we've actually played well here, but he'll always moan, will our folds. Neil likes a good moan. As do I suppose, so... got something in common there, eh? Be nice to clear up, though, here, just to make a bit of a statement. Right, the brown, that might be a better chance. No. Have to be the green, and just hope that we get a little bit of an angle on it. It's going to be a bit awkward from this position, I would say, but... really, somewhere where the green is would be optimum. Depends whether any of these will go, I suppose. They might do. I don't think they will. We got ourselves into a bit of a predicament here. We might well have to play the blue after all. And to be fair, that doesn't give much of a better chance. So I think we're going to have to play the green and just hope something comes here. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a cut. I think that's the best we could have hoped for.
He fancies this red.
Well, I don't fancy it. It's the only opportunity we've got, though. Oh, no. Oh, thank the Lord. Thank God. Oh, I panicked there. I'd turned the Xbox off with my leg. And I thought, oh, no, there we go. I've got to play it again. But luckily, I opened it up quick enough that it had saved the progress. Thank goodness for that. Thank you, Xbox. Oh, dear. That would have been horrible to have played this again. I might just play a safety here, you know.
Neil Robertson, 48.
Oh, there we go. He's opened those up a bit, hasn't he? Not been shy there. See if this one goes to the bottom. I think we will go with the hard AI though. I mean, Martin's given us a decent game. Not a great one, really. Ooh, that won't go. No. So I think it might have to be another safety here from us, looks like. Not the easiest though. Bear in mind we've got to avoid this blue and the red.
Maybe he just needs to get on with it and get his rhythm back.
No, not going to avoid the blue. We're going to practically hit it full ball. Which now potentially gives Martin Gould a chance.
Not a chance, but a chance nonetheless.
Oh, he's going for it. No, he's missed it. Well, that could be his last shot of the match. He'll be gutted about that. It'd have been an uphill climb, sure, but he'd have still had a chance had he potted that.
So, this pot into the right corner.
Got a similar predicament though now that we're going to struggle for a bit of position.
6.
Yeah, I thought so. But we've got a good advantage. I don't think there's much to worry about, really.
He's attempting to get the white tight on the cushion.
It wasn't really what we were attempting, but I suppose they'd mean this cushion, I suppose. That'll do, though. That's an half-decent shot.
Neil Robertson, 6.
But 58 behind with 59 remaining.
He just wants to
He's got to get something out of this. He's even took his glass. Oh, no, he hasn't. It's just a reflection thing. Might as well try and play a plant here. I'm rubbish at them. No. Yeah, that just highlights it.
Well, he's left an opportunity here.
He has left an opportunity, correct. It's got to be pretty much red, black, and all the colours. Something I suppose he could do. Ooh, a bit tight though there. But he's made it. Well, show us what you made of, Martin Gould. Fair play if you bring it back.
Out of the top drawer.
Silly from us, I agree, but, you know, fair play if you bring it back from here. No, he's played a safety. Good one, actually.
That's what he was after. Nicely played.
He has got the snooker
Martin
here.
Gould, 11.
So fair play to him. Don't quite think Swerve's going to take us that far somehow. So, just play it down the table and hope for the best. No, not going to hit anything. What's the penalty? 4 points.
That hasn't really worked out.
So he can level this if he decides to play on now, which would require a respot, of course. But as I've said previously, he'll need reds coupled with blacks. Which, given that position, he's not going to do.
Tricky pot, no doubt.
Playing the blue, though, to give himself a bit of a chance. And that's awesome. That's a great position.
He's looking to get the cue ball safe and
So he's looking to get the safety here, not really surprising. Oh, wow. Well, Jesus.
a foul here, and his opponent will be right back in.
Yep, it's right. Oh, there you go.
His foot-
Well, that was more luck than anything else. Oh, we got out of that. Jesus, I don't know how. I really don't. Oh dear, we can laugh because we've got out of it quite well there. Effectively playing a double, but nobody else will see that. But we'll play on to this yellow because I don't think he's going to play on from the gap being way too big for him to catch up on. 43 behind, 27 remaining, and it looks like we should be through to the last 16 of the Grand Prix, and we are through to the last 16 of the World Grand Prix. I enjoyed that. It's a good little match. Only a high breaker 50 though, so not our best game. So to only beat it, so beating 3-1 with high breaker 50 isn't that fantastic. So I think we will go back up to hard, but we'll keep with the pro aiming aid I think for the next episode. Let's see who we've got next. It could be anyone here. It usually gradually works its way up though. Stephen Maguire we've got next. That's interesting. That's one of the players we haven't played. So two new unique players here. Bring it on, as far as I'm concerned. Well, that'll be on Wednesday, as usual, at 6 PM. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications button down below to be informed when that comes out. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this, much like any other video. And until Wednesday, hope you've enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed as usual. Comment down below as well your thoughts and subscribe, as I said earlier, for 4 videos of Snooker 19 in the Neil Robertson Pro career every single week. But apart from that, I've been TIJ Game. Thank you very much for your company today, and I'll see you guys later on. Goodbye for now.